When people imagine the Colosseum after dark, they usually picture secret gladiator fights, torches glowing in hidden tunnels, and screams bouncing off the empty stone seats. It sounds like a lost horror movie from ancient Rome. But the real truth was not about dramatic midnight battles. It was quieter, dirtier, and in many ways even more disturbing. During the day, the Colosseum belonged to the crowd. Thousands of Romans packed the seats, shouting, betting, laughing, eating, arguing, and watching death as entertainment. The emperor could sit in his special place, senators and wealthy citizens sat close to the action, while ordinary people climbed higher into the cheaper seats. Everything had order. Everything had status. Even violence had a schedule. But when the sun went down and the last spectators left, the mood changed completely. The arena was no longer a place of excitement. It became the backstage of Rome's cruelty. The cheers disappeared. The music stopped. The colorful show was over. What remained was blood, broken weapons, dead bodies, injured men, terrified animals, exhausted workers, and the heavy silence of a building that had swallowed too much suffering in one day. The sand on the arena floor was not just decoration. It had a purpose. It helped soak up blood. After hours of animal hunts, executions, and gladiator fights, that sand could be stained, ripped apart, and filled with the ugly remains of the spectacle. Rome wanted the crowd to see drama, not mess. So after the games ended, workers had to step in and erase the evidence. Imagine walking across that arena after dark. During the day, people roared from every side. Now your footsteps would echo. The same floor where a gladiator had fallen was being cleaned. The same space where a lion had attacked a condemned prisoner was being cleared. Men would drag away bodies, collect damaged shields, remove broken spears, shovel filthy sand, and repair anything that needed to be ready by morning. This was the side of the Colosseum nobody came to applaud. The crowd loved the final strike, the dramatic fall, the moment when a fighter raised his weapon in victory. But they did not stay to watch slaves and laborers pull the dead out of sight. They did not see the blood being covered. They did not smell the mixture of sweat, smoke, animals, and death after the show had ended. And then there was the underground. Beneath the arena floor was a dark maze called the hypogeum. During the day, it helped create the illusion of magic. Animals could suddenly appear from below. Fighters could rise into the arena. Scenery could be lifted into place. Trapdoors opened, platforms moved, ropes tightened, and the crowd gasped as if Rome itself controlled the underworld. But after dark, that same underground system would have felt like a nightmare. The hypogeum was not bright or grand. It was cramped, shadowy, noisy, and practical. Think of narrow corridors lit by small lamps, damp stone walls, cages lined in darkness, chains scraping across the ground, workers shouting instructions, animals breathing heavily behind bars. Somewhere, an injured man might be moaning. Somewhere else, tools were being moved, gates repaired, and lifts checked for the next day. The Colosseum was not just an arena. It was a machine, and at night, the machine had to be reset. Wild animals were a huge part of Roman entertainment. Lions, leopards, bears, bulls, and other dangerous creatures were brought from across the empire. To the audience, they were proof of Rome's power. A lion from Africa, a bear from the mountains, an elephant from a distant land, all of it sent the same message: Rome could reach anywhere, take anything, and turn it into a show. But for the animals, there was nothing glorious about it. Many were trapped, transported, starved, frightened, and forced into a screaming arena where they had no idea what was happening. Some were made to fight each other, some were used in staged hunts, some were set against condemned prisoners. At night, the Colosseum could still carry the sounds of those animals. Maybe a low growl from a cage, maybe claws scraping wood, maybe a handler yelling because one of the beasts was restless. In the empty arena above, silence ruled. But below, the darkness was alive. Then there were the gladiators. Modern movies often turn gladiators into pure heroes, strong men who fought only for honor and glory. The truth was more complicated. Some gladiators became famous, some had fans, some earned money, a few even won freedom. But many were enslaved men, prisoners, criminals, or desperate fighters with very limited control over their lives. They trained hard, lived under strict discipline, and entered the arena knowing that one bad move could end everything. After dark, the heroic image faded. The crowd was gone, so the performance was over. Surviving gladiators might be taken back to their quarters, treated for wounds, praised if they had fought well, or punished if they had failed badly. The badly injured needed care. The dead were removed. Their armor was taken. Their weapons were collected. Their names, if they were famous enough, might be remembered. If not, they became part of the arena's daily cost. That is what makes the Colosseum so chilling. During the day, violence was dressed up with ceremony. There were rituals, costumes, announcements, dramatic entrances, and public reactions. The crowd could convince itself that this was sport, justice, courage, or entertainment. But after dark, when there was no applause left, the truth became harder to hide. It was a place where people and animals had suffered for public amusement. The empty seats must have made the place feel even stranger. The Colosseum was designed for noise. It was built to hold a massive crowd, to turn human excitement into thunder. But at night, those same seats sat cold and empty. The emperor's view was empty. The rich sections were empty. The upper seats were empty. The whole building, which had been alive with voices just hours earlier, became a giant stone shell. And in that silence, the arena's real purpose became clearer. This was not only entertainment, it was power. Rome used the Colosseum to show control over life, death, nature, criminals, enemies, and even fear itself. The empire could bring people from different lands, animals from distant regions, and spectators from every class of society, then place them all inside one building to witness Rome's strength. The message was simple: Rome rules everything. But that image required work. The illusion had to be cleaned and rebuilt again and again. By morning, the Colosseum had to look ready. The sand had to look fresh. The bodies had to be gone. The broken props had to be replaced. The cages had to be secured. The trapdoors had to work. The underground lifts had to be prepared. The entrances had to be guarded. Every part of the building had to be reset so the next crowd could walk in and feel excitement instead of disgust. Because Rome did not want people thinking too deeply about the cost of the spectacle. They wanted them to feel amazed. They wanted them to cheer. They wanted them to believe they were watching greatness. That is why the night inside the Colosseum matters. It reveals the hidden part of the story. During the day, the arena was a theater of power. After dark, it became a workplace of blood and repair. The men cleaning the floor were just as important to the next show as the gladiators. The animal handlers, guards, carpenters, rope workers, and slaves all helped keep the illusion alive. At night, guards may have moved through the corridors while workers stored weapons, fed animals, checked equipment, and prepared the arena for the next day. The Colosseum did not truly sleep. It rested like a beast waiting to wake up again. That was the unsettling truth. When the crowd left, the horror did not end. It simply changed form. The screams became silence. The violence became cleanup. Blood was covered, bodies were removed, animals were locked away, and the underground machine was reset. By sunrise, the gates opened again. The crowd returned. The sand looked fresh. Rome saw glory. But the Colosseum remembered everything. And that is the dark truth about the Colosseum after sunset. When the crowds disappeared, the glory faded, and all that remained was blood, silence, and the brutal work of preparing Rome's deadliest stage for another day. If you enjoyed this dive into the hidden side of history, make sure to like and subscribe.